안녕하세요. 아무도 없어. 누구 오면 얘기하겠다. 아 진짜? Hi, so we're at Keangsan Mountain at ARK shelter. So this is the entrance. We're doing this in English for the first time for people, for English speakers. As you can see, we have our Guyver and all of our little puppies. Hi, Guyver! So today we're just gonna show the ARK shelter in English. If you have any questions, maybe we can answer some of those as well. So the shelter, obviously we're inside Keangsan Mountain. That's why it's called Keangsan ARK Shelter. ARK stands for Animal Rights Korea. These dogs, there were about 250 dogs back in 2019 July. We had there was a dog farm being run by an individual who was pretty much slaughtering them for dog meat. There's a culture of dog meat trade in Korea, unfortunately, where dogs like these are bred for eating purposes. So these dogs, there were about 250 at the time when an individual found them, like near a trekking area. And
배터리 없다.
아직 있는 것 같아. And so an individual put a complaint or let us know that it was found out about it, and so then CARE, a animal rights group, managed to be aware of it and came and immediately took some control over the dogs, as in like helping them with providing them with food and water. And we had a really thankful individual from the States who luckily managed to save these dogs by purchasing them from the previous owner, which stopped the dogs from being slaughtered at the time. And so since July 2019, these dogs were under the care of citizens, regular volunteers like most of us here, and we managed to provide them with a vinyl house, a greenhouse facility like this since 2020-ish. You can find out about our history and everything through our Instagram and the neighbor cafe that we have currently. So right now we have the greenhouse situated like this, with the area for dishwashing to clean the plates, the dish bowls for the dogs, the food and water. Unfortunately, it's really not very pleasant looking, but we have really thankful volunteers who come here and do the dishes using this precious water source that we have, which freezes often in the winter. Today is a nice day. It's really warm. It's about like 6 degrees today, so it's we have no issues concerning the water being frozen. So we collect the water here in a big tub like this, and we pour it in the containers by hand, making sure that the containers are clean and the water is safe from any, any dirty sources. And then we go in each aisles, and we get to meet these little puppies. Hi, this is Jedi. And then we just provide them with the clean water, like this. Hi. This Can I give you water? 이거 채팅방은 못 봐? 응? 채팅방은 못 봐?
볼 수 있어요.
어떡해? 나 손이 너무 떨린다.
지금 보이는데? 채팅방이 다 보이는데?
없는 거야 그러면?
예.
Okay. So yeah, we go in each aisles and then provide them with water by hand using such our volunteers clean the bowls like this in case there's any pee or poop or any contaminants, dirt most of the time. And then we open each cage and provide them with water in their little bowls. This is EXO. He likes to growl, so we named him EXO, like the K-pop, one of the K-pop boy bands, I believe. Yeah, because he used to like growl. EXO, we have to go clean up his poop later. Hey, this is Oscar. He's got a lot of scars on his face because a lot of these dogs used to fight across the fences like this, which is why we had to block some of the fences like this to make sure that they don't attack each other. This is Tango. He's a scaredy cat. He never moves. He's so afraid of people. We're trying to slowly approach him so that he opens up to us at least. He has his left ear bitten off from I guess when he was in the cage previously. Oh, poor thing. Tango. He doesn't even need his food because he's always scared. He only eats when everybody else is awake. It's okay. This is Chundungi, which means thunder. But he doesn't like his friends. He likes to attack friends. It's okay. You just want to play. Hey. Oscar. We just wanted to show you how the shelter is being run most of the time. Today is a Sunday in Korea. So on the weekend, we usually have a lot more volunteers than on weekdays, which helps us give them water at a quicker pace. 잠깐 뜰 때 보여요. Hey. Hi. Hi. So they're all we call them nurangi, which means a yellow dog in Korean, because most of the traditional dogs like this that were bred for meat, unfortunately, are these golden little mixed dogs. They're a mix of Tosa and a bit of like retrievers. I was told. They're so cute. This is Nancy. Hi. So again, we're cleaning up the bowls, making sure that it's clean, because these bowls, as you can see, they're jumping up and down all the time, and so there's a lot of dust and dirt, and often their own poop that goes in these bowls. Hey, this is Mochi. Hi, Mochi. Oh, see, so he's waiting for his water. It's empty or thirsty. Yeah, so as you can see, there's some dirt. We make sure that their bowl's clean before we provide them with clean water. Hi, Griffin. Oh, he's scared. He's scared. Hi. So these dogs, when they were bred by previous owners of meat, they were not even given any types of they were not given any water at all. They were being fed human food waste because unfortunately it's a method of these owners to gain, like generate cash by collecting money from the food waste sourcers, I would say, and by treating the food waste, they're actually receiving money, and they treated by feeding our dogs like this with dog food. Human food as food, which was covered in salt. The Korean most Korean dishes are very salty. A lot of kimchi, and they're rotten. It's rotten human food that we just provide them without any filtration or any sorting. And so they were not given any water, which was really horrific to hear about, because apparently the owners say that because food waste contains a lot of moisture content, they don't need water, which is no nice words about that. And so, hey, buddy. So yeah, he's waiting for water. They're thirsty. Of course they're thirsty. Wait for your turn. Hey, buddy. Looks. We have a lot of dogs that are super friendly with people. There's some a bit, I would say, somewhat vicious, because some dogs are a bit vicious or a bit scary because they're afraid, and they've never been pet really, or never been treated like dogs that we normally know about. And then we have puppies like this who loves being. He loves it. She's a female. Sorry. Hey. Aww. So they're all stuck in these little tiny cages that's just a bit over a meter in length, and they're stuck here all day. Hey, this is Rome. This whole line, they all love being pet. This is Judy, one of our volunteers. Hey, no, don't bite my glove. Hey, Judy. This one's actually one of my favorites. Well, they're all our faves. This is Candy. Hey, Candy. She's a little flirt, huh? She is. Yeah. Hey. So for some of them, we can open up their cages and able to pet them and spend some time with them, because they don't run away, but we have to be careful. Ay, Candy, ande. No. They're all pretty strong because they're they're big, large-sized dogs. They weigh about anywhere from between 20 to 30-something kilograms. Hi. Aigo. Are you okay? They have really pink lips or mouth. That's okay. Hey. Oh, ippon. This is Chunjin. So this one has a collar on because we've taken him out for walks a little bit. Popori. So this one, hey, he's a cutie too, but he likes to escape if we open the door. We have to be careful because some of them, they've tasted what it feels like to be outside of their cage, because we've taken some of them out for walks, and when you open them, they tend to take that opportunity and take off. And that's not a good thing, because it's very difficult for us to catch them, and they can also fight with other dogs when they are going along these aisles. Hey. Aww. So as you can see, in this little tiny lot, they have to eat, sleep, and poop in this tiny area. And so we need a lot of volunteers to come and help us give them water, feed them, and also to clean up the poop. We'll have to come back to clean up this aisle. Sana. Hey. Hey. Candy. It's a little smaller compared to other dogs. This one too. Max, you're sitting on your bowl. You're thirsty. Hey, thirsty. Judy's a little princess. She knows how to sit, this one. one. And she loves our treats. So she's been accustomed to taking walks a little bit more because we've been able to take her out quite a bit for little walks. And so she likes people. She loves people. She loves people. She loves treats. Hey. So we have other volunteers here as well. Again, cleaning up the bowls and then providing them with fresh water. Khan, this is Khan. He's a big boy. Hey. So as you can see, they're all contained in this area. We have about 160 dogs here on site right now. A lot of them, or some of them, were fortunate enough to be adopted from overseas. We have a lot of thankful overseas organizations and really helpful volunteers that we call flight volunteers, whereby when you are leaving the country from Korea to go to mostly San Francisco, New York, Seattle, and Toronto in Canada, and Vancouver, because there's some animal rights or dog organizations that are partnering with us to help these dogs find real homes through adoption. The reason why we send most of our dogs overseas is because, as you can see, they're quite large in terms of size, and unfortunately, Korea, most of us live in apartment buildings, and so it's really not easy to have such large dogs as pets. In terms of culture and actually the amount of space that doesn't allow as much freedom for these dogs. Nevertheless, if we can find homes within Korea, that's great as well. If anybody's interested in seeing these beautiful dogs or adopting them, that'll be really helpful too. And if not, whenever you're traveling from Korea to large cities in the States or in Canada, it's really easy to be a flight volunteer where you don't need to pay anything. We take care of that here through the organizations, and all you have to do is check them in as if as part of the luggage. It's the same sort of system when you check in large baggage, and they are safely they can fly overseas, and then to the person that's adopting them, or to the shelters that are in the States or in Canada. So you can always find out more through our website, Instagram page, and also the cafes or YouTube, or you can just always contact us by Instagram. As you can see, these dogs, they're large, and they eat about close to 3 tons of food every month. That's enough food to feed 160 dogs that are here on site. We have really thankful people who are donating food for them, but it also helps if you can help us by donating cash to our account, because that way we can purchase the food that they're accustomed to, and in bulk, which saves costs as well in terms of transportation and finding them with meals. Anyway, because we're so thankful for all the people that are donating feed, but sometimes because the food changes, or for us 160 dogs are all different, we all have different appetites, so sometimes they have diarrhea, or they get sort of sick, or they don't really like the food. So we tried to, after close to 2 years, close to a year and a half, we're always testing out all the food and seeing how they react, and so that's a good way to help as well. Hey. And luckily, but it's a long way to go, we are planning to move to a region in Chungcheongnam-do, which is sort of mid-west Korea. And obviously it requires a lot of money to build a real shelter that's not made out of this vinyl greenhouse. We're trying to provide them with really large lots for each dog, and the expected date for the move is in April. But obviously we have a lot of issues and difficulties with the paperwork. Yes. So here we have a volunteer picking up their puppies. And yeah, so there's a lot of ways that you can help from not only Korea but overseas, anywhere you're at. And you can always find out more through our Instagram feed. Hey. So they're a bit quieter now because they've been fed in the morning and now they've had their water. And so because it's pretty warm today, nice and breezy. And because in the vinyl house, in the greenhouse, it's a lot warmer. So they're all sort of dozing off and calm. Hi, very cute, Aurora. So yeah, they're much calmer than before when we were feeding them water. They're a bit excited and thirsty, obviously. So hey, you dropped your bowl. 다 마셨어. See, he's completely licked off his bowl. We'll give you some more in a bit, Albert. We've all named them. All volunteers have named them, and we have little tags to show if they're male or female and what type of characteristics they have. So this one, his name is Albert. He's a male, and he likes people. And then in brackets it says when he sees them often. So yeah, we like to encourage all our volunteers to come to return. And then it's upside down. Jelly. It says do not open because I guess he likes to escape, or he loves people too much that like he'll sort of jump on them. Hi. Sorry. It says, he likes to bark, but they're all really scared. They're all scaredy cats because they've never been outside of their little lots, and he's scared, but he's curious. He's so as soon as I turn around, he's back at barking again. Hey. They're all really good looking, our dogs, huh? Hey, Chanduni. Okay. He likes to escape as well. So for those that like to escape and run freely, we make sure that we have such extra protection to make sure that volunteers don't open the cage by mistake, because then they tend to sort of jump out. Hey. Oh, we're back here. Tango. Hey, Oscar. So some of the empty cages like this, it's because the doors have fallen off, or they're sick and they went to the hospital. The facility is really not in great condition because, as you can see, the wired fences are being torn apart. It's usually he's the suspect. Yeah, Robin, you're the suspect. But it's because this entire place was installed by volunteers. We had really, really, really thankful volunteers who came, and off the staff that pretty much set up. Hey, it's okay. That pretty much set up the entire facility. So, for instance, what happens is the dog farms, when they're made to breed them for slaughtering, they're usually elevated, and so we call it elevated cages. So all the cages are like above ground, and the bottom is usually made of fences like that, in like a square like this. Ow! Oh, 놀랐어. So it used to be like something like that, and so then their paws would be on such fences the entire day and night, and then so that way their feces and pee would be dropped underground, which makes it easier for the farmers to manage them. Really, it's not even like that they clean it up often. It was like a pile of dirt and poop and pee underground, but it's just much easier for them to sort of manage these dogs. So yeah, so basically when these dogs were rescued, so-called rescued from the dog farm, we, for about like a couple of months, we had no choice but to come and feed them and keep them in the elevated cages. But then we wanted to make sure that they would be on ground like this, even though it's not the best, it's not the most nicest environment for them, but it's the best we could have done at the time. And all the fences were purchased by through donations, and all the volunteers here and who came before managed to set up this entire facility. So it's a shelter run by individual volunteers like us and run by regular citizens like you and me. This Angel. Angel's a big dog too. She loves people. She loves attention. She loves attention. Yeah. Hey. Thank you. I'm actually allergic to dogs, so I can't really pet them because I get a rash. Which is why we tend to wear gloves like this. And Angel, you're very calm today. She's usually very, very, very active. She likes to bark, jump, and loves attention. But today she's really calm. Oh, you finished your water? Yeah, and she's a pig. She loves food. She loves it. She eats a lot. She used to eat like 3 bowls. And then we had to maintain her weight a little bit. So I know they cut your feet a bit. Huh? Hey, she wants to be pet. She obviously finished her water. I think we're gonna give them some more after. They're clean today. Usually a lot of them end up rolling around in their poop. So they have poop on their bums. Something's going on the other side. They all stand up like this and watch what's going on. It's really cute. They look like meerkats. They look like meerkats. What's going on? What's going on? So yeah, these lots. Ooh, I just bumped my head. So these lots, it's not even. The ground is all. It's pretty bad. It's really bad for their paws, as you can see. Here he is. Oh no. Hey. Don't fight. Oh no. So make sure it's clean. So there's another empty lot. Hi. His name is Wind. Wind. Hi. Because it's nice and warm right now. I think it's close to probably 10 degrees inside here. They're all sort of relaxed. Are you coughing? Oh no, you're barking at me. No, you don't like me intruding in your little space. Sorry. So yeah, we collect the water here, and we make sure that we fill these little buckets, and then we carried them to each aisle and provide them with water. And we're cleaning up the pool here. So we have employees. We have about 4 employees that are here every day in rotation. So about three employees who take care of the dogs on weekdays when we don't have volunteers, or and on weekends. Yeah. So it helps if we have volunteers who help them with the feed and cleaning up their feces, because it's a lot. And we have volunteers like this who go in the cage with their one of their favorites. I feel bad saying that, but I mean, you know, some dogs that we connect a lot more with because they're willing to. They're not afraid of us. And, this is Judy. She's a female. She's a bit older. We expect this. She's probably bred for, you know, to bear puppies. But she loves people, and she even knows how to sit now. We've trained her to sit because she loves our treats. 귀여워. So here, if you come volunteer, you can spend time with these dogs. It's really, really, really nice. They're so cute. Hey, Lume, she's got ears that are sort of like flappy like that. It's really cute. Yeah, we have Judy. 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 Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. She loves it. She loves being pampered, and she loves all the attention. Oh, poor you. Max loves attention too. Remember, he had his little, like, a bald spot because he probably had a fight with someone, and so he had to get some treatment on his head. So he had like a bald patch on his head for a while, which was really cute. Yeah. Hey, go wait. I love being pampered. Because they're so strong, and these little space for us to stick our hands in. If they lean on us really hard, it really hurts our wrists. It's okay. It's worth it. Aww. Love you. So we try as much as we can to sort of approach the dogs that are accepting of the attention, to make sure that they can sort of learn to communicate or interact with us humans. Hey. This is Loco. Oh wait. He's either jealous or he wants the attention. 귀여워. Dante. Donkey. He's such a good looking dog. They're all so cute. Who's a good looking dog? Oh, yeah. Aiko. So yeah, their home, it's falling apart. As you can see, it's very flimsy. They like to jump around in these little cages. It says don't touch. You're either gonna snap off my finger or you don't like it. You don't like me. I'll leave this space. So yeah, so these lots, depending on their characters, like the one behind the one, it's covered to the roof because the dog inside it obviously likes to, you know, jump or climb. Sometimes we have them escaping their little cages by climbing. That line there, a bit scarier. so I won't really stick out my hand to them. Unfortunately, some of them are a bit, a bit rowdier. But these things are so flimsy that it's really not a good home for them. It's not a good shelter. Like, it's the best that we can provide for now, and it's been good for. She's very chic. She likes attention, but she doesn't, like, demand it. Yeah, so, which is why we have the plans to move to a real shelter that we're gonna build in April. The expected date is April, because this lot here, like I mentioned, it's in Keang Mountain, which is a mountain. It's a trekking course. So it's an illegal lot. The owners of the farm, the previous owner of the farm, was operating this dog farm illegally. Like many of the dog farms run in Korea, they're all illegal because they're pretty much treating human food waste, by feeding these dogs with rotten food waste, and also selling them for meat. It's crazy, right? Doesn't make sense, Chanjin, 그치? It's quite an embarrassing cultural, yeah. Hey, 그치? We all deserve to have real homes and real families and being, taken care of in a very humane way. So they deserve a nice home, proper care, proper fences, proper lots, where they can sort of differentiate the areas for feed, to eat, and to sleep, and to and to do their business. So it's a